right. Hopefully you got a look at that screenshot, my new fancy socks I'm testing out. 30 below they're called. Geez, I'm up here in International Falls. Sometimes it goes to 50 below. I wonder if that means you get to keep your toes or not if it's 50 below. Anyway, Deb, who works with me, did some research and she said you might want to test these socks, Bill, and so that's what I'm doing up here. I'm trying different things, and one of the big things when I did the 4 crossings of Death Valley, the quadruple Badwater, 584 miles, you know, temperatures in the 110 to 120 degrees down below in the desert, Death Valley, was I changed my socks and shoes. I rotated them regularly, like every 4 hours we would change our socks and our shoes to get different pressure points. And I use different socks and different shoes. Different pressure points, you know, make sure my socks stay dry. And so, yeah, I'm gonna have different socks, you know, I'll have different socks on the sled. If these socks work out, I'll put them in the rotation. Same with, I'll have an extra pair of shoes in there that I'm gonna rotate out. I'm not gonna get blisters out there. I've lost my feet a couple times in this race. I had trench foot really bad one year. The year I made it 100 miles, it's like literally I got my feet wet and the skin just peeled off the bottom of my feet, and it's not good. So anyway, I'm testing out these fancy socks and they got like a little sparkle to them and all this stuff. I feel like Cinderella going to the ball. And the ball is the Arrowhead 135. So I got a 2 a day again today, 2 or 3 a day, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going out with the sled for an hour this morning, dragging the sled for an hour, like, you know, if the conditions are good, if I feel good, it'll be, you know, kind of a run walk situation. And then in the afternoon, I'll be doing it again, but no sled, just getting out there without a sled and just keep getting used to the different temperatures, different conditions, and just coming back from being a little ill. Okay, a lot of ill. If you count throwing up a lot, ill. So anyway, I'm kind of excited, but 2 a day, so I'm getting out for my first one right now. All right, out here at the turnaround. Trail's pretty sweet. Gerald at the hotel told me that they had groomed the trail last night. Remember before I called it, they snow plowed the trail, but now that I'm a veteran and hanging out up here, it's called grooming. They groomed the trail. It's pretty sweet. And the temperature's a little above 0, so this is pretty darn good conditions. I really am enjoying it. And check this out. I was doing like I don't know, that last little bit, I was around 16 minutes, getting close to 15, I think. So anyway, 15 and change, I was starting to go at the end there. So yeah, it's good conditions. Just about 4 miles, a tick under 4 miles in 1 hour, so 15-minute mile pace. Really, really good trail conditions. The groomer's like the king out here. Now that I know his name's the groomer, not the snowplower, he's the king. And the trail is sweet today. I think that's pretty close to as good as you can get, you know. I never want to say that, but it's pretty good conditions. Solid, and yet your sled slides pretty good. That's why I was able to, that last 9/10 of a mile, 12:35 pace. That was a big deal. That's a big deal. So I'm you know, and that's a little bit, that's like a trot and a walk and a trot and a, you know, more trotting on that last mile than walking, but I still threw a few little quick walk breaks in there. And yeah, just feeling really, really good. My health is, I got the eye of the tiger back. Feeling good about life. Doesn't like a good workout, especially when I wasn't feeling it to get out here today, which is not unusual when you're in Frostbite Falls. Temperature's around 1, so it's not super cold, but you know, kind of overcast, kind of a yucky day. But anyway, what a great start to the day. And now my next favorite thing, eating. Get me some breakfast. All right, so that's a pretty solid workout. I was really happy with that. So a few things a few things I wanted to point out that I'm doing, or that I've been working on, is you know, keeping the fleece, you know, base layer and then a fleece layer. Even, you know, today it was only, like I said, it probably still is, like, it was about 3 degrees when I started, so not super cold. So I went with the 2 layers, and there was no wind. And the idea with my friend Bob has taught me this from Alaska, and he's rode from Anchorage to Nome like 3 times on his bike, like alone. And he said, you know, he wants you to be out there and be a little cold. He likes to be out there and be a little cold so you don't sweat. You keep that inner layer dry. And he likes to go with this, you know, base layer and fleece, and then even another fleece, you know, if it's colder, which I've done out here already. But the last couple days, what I noticed was because he says if that wind goes, Bill, you gotta put a shell on, because that wind will just cut right through that fleece. The fleece breeze, which lets you not sweat, but the wind cuts right through and it gets really cold. So the last 2 days I put on that little really light windbreaker, just light, and just for an hour, you know, the hour workouts, and I had them on. But boy, when I got back to the hotel, just for an hour, and even on the way back, I was unzipping it as I could tell I was getting kind of hotter. My base layer was already starting to get wet, you know. And if you get your base layer wet, what happens is you get to the checkpoints, you pretty much got to change it. You know, you got to change it, and then you got to you got to carry a dry one, and you got to take the time to change in your dry one, take that wet one off. Now you got to carry this wet one in your sled. That's what you got to do this year. You're going to be, you know, carrying the wet shirt in your sled, and you're going to there's 3 checkpoints, and you'll be changing your shirts, then you'll be carrying these wet shirts, and I think it's better to be a little on the cold side, like my Bob believes, than to get that wet thing, you know, when you get all sweaty in there. That's gotta be, you know, that can't be like as good as like just being a little chilly. Instead of being hot and sweaty in your own, and you're wet anyway, then you're just wet in your own, you know, you're wet in your own juice. Anyway, just something I'm tweaking. I want to show you something else. See this? I learned this from the guy in Alaska, and then my friend Mike showed me. But you carry your gloves, and these guys, like, either in your jacket or in here, they just automatically stick them down. Because I had a tendency of always like wanting to set them on the snow, and I don't really like those string things on there. You know, when they're hanging from your wrist, if you start doing that and they're flopping around, especially when you're moving. I don't, you know, if you've got your poles and these things are hanging down from your wrist, they're just bouncing all over the place. It's annoying. So what they both say is you just stick them, you know, either in your jacket or in your, or like here, I just got my, you know, and you just tuck them right there, you know, and a piece of cake. That way you hold them handy. They're not flopping around. They're right there if you need them, and you don't lose them. I've lost a few pairs of gloves in my life. It's not a good idea. All right. Definitely breakfast now. I forgot to update you guys. Those fancy pair of sparkly socks felt pretty good out there. They felt pretty good. There might be something I might want to put in the sled. Carry that in the sled so I can get in there and switch into them. But my other socks felt pretty good too, so I haven't had any problem. I'm feeling pretty good about any of the socks I got. But the Cinderella going to the ball socks, only because, you know, maybe I had to walk around barefoot at the start just to show them off. Not barefoot, bare socked and show them off. I'd like intimidate her. We go, Bradley's got sparkly socks. Bradley's got sparkly socks. I could get some people, I'd get them so nervous they might not even start. that calendar there. This is I just got that calendar, I think yesterday or this morning or something. But anyway, I'm using it as my temporary X chart, but I'm also putting my workouts on it. And I knew that I've been doing a lot, but it was like 10 days ago, I did 15 hours on the Tuscobia course, violently ill, puking violently, and going out of the race after 15 hours. I still was out there 15 hours, and really bad case of the flu. And my coach, we're 10 days in, she's already had me working out for 7 days. In the last 6 days, counting today, because I'm going out right now to do my double today, 6 days in a row I've done double workouts, double. And you know why that is? Because I was all shocked when I saw these things my coach was putting up there. Number one, she believes in me. And the main thing was, is that it didn't matter if I got fatigued. I couldn't, I can't afford to lose fitness. The main thing we both agreed on is I just can't get sick again. So if I wasn't going to get sick, I'm going to keep putting it out there because I can't lose fitness. She totally knows what she does. She's an expert at what she does. And so I'm going, so there's no luxury for rest because Arrowhead is only in like less than 3 weeks now away, and I can't sit there. I probably would have been, just from the flu alone, I probably should have took a week off or 5 days. And then you throw in that I did 15 hours on the trail, that's probably 5 days or something, at least by itself, let alone doing double workouts. You know why it is? Because she knows I gotta make this. I gotta make it. I can't afford to rest. I don't have time to rest. The main thing is that, her thing says if you get sick, boom, then you're, let her know if you're, re-getting sick. But as far as the fatigue goes, I just got to push through it. So I'm going out right now. This will be my 6th double workout in a row since that flu 10 days ago. Ugh. Eye of the tiger, you got to do it. I'll rest later. After all my events, I'm gonna rest. So right now what I'm doing is I'm heading out. I'll be on the trail, finishing up in the dark again, got my headlamp. Good for me to keep getting in that dark, just get more comfortable with all the time. And finishing off in the dark, and it doesn't hurt that I'm kind of slow around here and it gets dark really early, and if you're slow, you're rewarded by doing your workout in the dark. And so anyway, but I'm heading out and I'll be doing an hour, no sled. So my coach had me down for pulling a sled in the morning, which went great. I mean, I was like, the conditions were off the chart and my strength is coming back. It's definitely coming back. She must know. She knows. I think she knows I put the work in ahead of time and that I would recover really quick from that 15 hours. And even though I had the flu too, she just knew. The coach knew. Anyway, heading out into the dark. This is pitch black out here. These are some of the darkest nights I've ever seen when I'm out here at the Arrowhead. Pitch black. You got to get used to being pitch black in the middle of the woods. Get comfortable with it. I know I'm working hard at it. Anyway, I'm definitely a little slower. I was going at 17-minute pace there, halfways, a little over halfways done with my workout, but I think I'm feeling that morning, pulling the sled, just a little bit of cumulative, a little tired tonight, so I'm gonna suck it up and bring it home as best I can. And work on strengthening my mind. Just be proud that I'm out here working this second workout of the day, and my 6th workout in like 10 days since I've been, I think it's like my 6th double workout, whatever I was talking about earlier, but I'm feeling a little bit. So these are the days you just kind of suck it up, just like tonight, you just suck it up, bring it in as best you can, bring it home, and then, think about eating again. You can tell I got 2-track mind, training and eating. Then I get to sleep in. you saw that. 12:23 on that last mile. Remember, no sled, no sled, no sled. So it's a little bit lighter, but my brain was fighting me on the way out there. I am definitely tired, but my brain was fighting me. It did not want to be out there tonight. Just did not. Did not want to be out there. But then when I made the turn, it was like one of those horses, you know. I used to bet on the horse. I love the horse races, and I always bet on the strong finishers. They come around the turn, heading for home, and the guy hitting him on his butt, hitting on his butt. That was like me. I made the turn, and I said, man, I got to get 4 miles in. I got to get 4 miles in. I got to get 4 miles in. And I freaking like laid down the wood on that last mile. 12 minutes and change. 12:23. 12:23. Got 4 miles in. Just like that horse. I used to bet on those horses, those long shots with the big finish. That was me tonight, the big finish. That was pretty awesome because I wasn't feeling it. My brain, like I said, it fought me all the way out there, but it gave in. You got to keep fighting back, keep fighting back. I kept fighting back, and it finally gave in. It said, all right, home stretch. Let's win it. Of course, I was only racing myself, but I won it. Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger, K to B. All right, wrapping up another day. That was awesome. Definitely making me tired. So my goal calorie-wise, 2,000 calories. Came in right at 2,000 calories. I got the new fancy calendar. See, it's my workout and my X calendar. Look at all those two-a-days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Chalking those up. And chalking up another X for the X calendar. All right, everybody. Have an awesome evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.